our second single modality test that we've seen. We did it once with the sprint, and now we're choosing a gymnastics skills test here with event number 8.
Scott Panchik also in this heat. He's right in the middle of the floor in the black tank top.
Well, what's great for Scott is he doesn't have to be on his feet anymore, at least within this event, and that's what's been plaguing him since he hurt his knee in event number 1.
Scott Panchik and Noah Olson are your leaders. Lazar Jukic is right up there with them.
Now it's big for Scott as he's taking the lead. You can see Jason Hopper in the fore part of your screen.
Hopper getting off kilter and has to come down. The battle for the lead is between Noah Olson and Scott Panchik.
The other test within this is getting into the top 10, because we're going to reseed before we have the final event tonight. Getting into the top 10 into that final heat is huge. Panchik sitting in 12th overall with Noah Olson in 13th.
Panchik makes the turn, and he is through his first obstacle on the way back as Noah Olson just completed his first leg. So Scott Panchik is your leader, and despite that bum knee, he currently sits in 12th place overall.
Scott breaking at the end of each section. Not that he can't continue, but that he's giving his shoulders a little bit of a rest, setting himself up for that final implement, which has been giving everyone fits on at least their first try.
Panchik now taking a break. Noah Olson and Lazar Jukic are fighting for second place behind Panchik. This is Panchik's first attempt at this final obstacle.
No one's done it on their first attempt just yet.
Scott Panchik halfway through. And Scott Panchik with the time to beat. 2:05.21 seconds, beats Cordoyer by 14 seconds.
Curious to see what Medeiros does with this new implement. He did well with the handstand walk at the CrossFit Games last year, but that was just a straight shot down the football field.
Final heat, Scott Panchik with the time to beat at 2:05.21 seconds, and you alluded to last year's handstand walk. Justin Medeiros took quick breaks after every section and got right back up on his hands every time, and he almost won that event.
And he just did it again. He took a break after the first line, kicked down, kicked back up. Now he's going straight through. Medeiros in the middle in the red shorts. Now what you don't want to do is get sucked into the speed at the first half of this.
Yona Koski is your early leader here, but Bjorn Karl Gudmundsson is close behind him with Pat Vellner in third. Medeiros has now worked his way into fourth. And Koski comes down. Gudmundsson comes down. Vellner will be the first man along with Medeiros to make their attempts here. And Vellner comes down. Medeiros is the first man through.
And how did you do it? By breaking up early, conserving energy. This is not a try-hard event. This is a skills test. It doesn't matter how conditioned you are. It doesn't matter how strong you are. It matters how much skill you have and how much energy you have to layer on top of that skill.
Justin Medeiros is your leader. Saxon Panchik is trying to catch up to him, as is Yona Koski. But Medeiros still in first place. 2:05.21 seconds is the time to beat, belongs to Scott Panchik, as Medeiros is back to work with Saxon Panchik breathing down his neck there for a second. Medeiros to the final obstacle. Scott Panchik is the only man who's done this on his first attempt.
And here it is. All comes down to this final set.
Medeiros is to the parallel bars. He is through. Justin Medeiros will not win the event, but he will take this heat. Deja vu all over again as his strategy pays off for the second straight year. Jonakoski struggling on his way up. Bjorn Karl Gudmundsson is up and over. Royce Dunn just came across. Guimajeros may have just beaten Bjorn Karl Gudmundsson across the finish line.
Got him by a second, I think.
And now Saxon Panchik is in. Meanwhile, Pat Vellner and Brent Fikowski continue to struggle here. Vellner in the middle of your screen, now onto the parallel bars, and he is down. And now Fikowski is over. He's not going to take a break. Fikowski gambled a couple years ago on a handstand walk in 2019, and it probably got him cut, but this one will pay off, and he is in. Alex Vigneault has come across. Now Pat Vellner got through. He did enough to get his hands over that line, but then came off, so now all he has to do is just make his way across this final section of the floor. Now Pat Vellner is in. And 1 minute remains as rookie Andre Uday will try to get in inside that 5-minute time cap. Now Scott Panchik is going to pick up the second win for him in these 2021 NOBULL CrossFit Games. His third win of his career. So Uday with 30 seconds to go now. And Andre Uday will finish up, and every man in the final heat gets in inside that 5-minute time cap, but Justin Medeiros will extend his lead over Brent Fikowski heading into the unknown event 9. 668 total points to sit atop the overall leaderboard. He extends his lead over Brent Fikowski. Saxon Panchik now just 3 points back. If Pat Vellner stays in fourth, he's going to have some work to do in order to close that gap. And Guimajeros is now in fifth.
There
After
you go.
event 5, he was in 13th. He's moved to 10th, to 7th, and now the youngster from Brazil, 5th place overall. We'll take another quick break as the women will be out next. Nothing to change on the floor as the test is exactly the same.
And one of those cool tests that the men and women get to do that are exactly the same.
Stand by.
3:13.07 seconds. That's the time to beat. Belongs to Bailey Rail. Did that in the prior heat. This is the third of 4 heats, and it is Danielle Brandon who is out front early as she is up and over quickly. That first obstacle, she's at the top of your screen.
Oh my goodness.
Ariel Lowen is in second, but Danielle Brandon is doing this faster than I could run it.
Danielle Brandon really made her debut in 2019 during the second cut that involved one of the longer straight handstand walks we ever had after a long row and multiple push presses. So we know under fatigue, she's very good on her hands.
She is wasting no time, already on her return trip, and we haven't even hit the 1 minute mark yet. Up and over the second of 3 obstacles on the trip back down the floor, and now a quick break for Danielle Brandon. Ariel Lowen and Mal O'Brien are fighting for second. Danielle Brandon now another quick break before that final obstacle. And this is almost too easy for Danielle Brandon. sub 2 minutes for Danielle Brandon.
Yes, I would like to report a crime because Danielle Brandon just murdered this event.
143.91 seconds.
Stand by.
143.91 seconds. That's the mark these women have to beat if they want to lock up an event win.
Haley, one of the better handstand walk athletes in the field.
She and Brooke Wells are out front. Tia Toomey sits in third. And it's Laura Horvath right now in fourth. But Annie Thorisdottir is quickly gaining ground on Brooke Wells. But Thorisdottir's going to break. Wells and Adams continue to work. And Laura Horvath now moves into third ahead of Tia Toomey.
There's a drastic difference between a handstand push-up, which is more of a strength skill, than a handstand walk, which is more of a practiced skill.
Haley Adams and Brooke Wells are your top two. Wells at the top of your screen, Adams at the bottom, and the two of them will make the turn at the same time. And now the return trip for both Brooke Wells and Adams. Wells in 7th place overall coming into this event.
And there's no shocker here that Brooke Wells is doing what she's doing in this event because she won the 2018 handstand walk course ahead of greats like Carrie Pierce and Katrin Davisdottir.
Haley Adams right now in the lead. She has one obstacle to go. Quick break back up onto her hands. 143.91 seconds. That's pretty safe. So Brandon's going to pick up the second event win of her career. Haley Adams looking to start to work her way back up the leaderboard.
Listen,
after a tough last two events.
A second place position is still 97 points, which Haley desperately needs. And she has a lot of time to do it because the next best time is 3:05.
Brooke Wells on the parallel bars, and Brooke Wells is going to go for it. Haley Adams is in just ahead of Brooke Wells. So Haley Adams was able to edge out Wells at the finish, and that is gigantic for Haley Adams, and she'll take second place in the event, 97 points.
And that's how quickly the tide can turn when you introduce events like this that are high skilled after testing a skill set of strength and stamina that we had in 6 and 7.
Here comes Tia Toomey. She and Kristen Holta on that final obstacle. Laura Horvath kicking up. And Tia Toomey will finish up as Laura Horvath just fell. Here comes Kristen Holta. And she is across the finish line. So Kristen Holta getting in ahead of the women who are chasing her in the overall standings, Chrissy Aramo O'Connell and Laura Horvath, as well as Amanda Barnhart. Here's Annie Thorisdottir. Thorisdottir is in.
Good for Annie.
And Laura Horvath will make her way over that final yellow line. Horvath with a time of 3:39.12 seconds, good enough for 12th in the event.
O'Connell struggling relative to this heat. And all I see are great things for Haley Adams. These are all the athletes that she needed to have a little bit of a bad run after getting dead last in event number 7.
Chrissy Aramo O'Connell is through. She only led Laura Horvath by 6 points for third place. And she'll finish in 18th. Horvath finished 12th. And Amanda Barnhart is in. So Horvath looking like she's going to leapfrog Chrissy Aramo O'Connell for third. Gabby Magala who's really had a great day too. She is in with time to spare. 9th in the heat, 23rd in the event. She came into this event in 6th place overall, but Haley Adams shook off 2 disappointing events and is now starting to reverse her direction, her trajectory on the leaderboard after that performance. Haley Adams now creeping back up the leaderboard, goes from 7th to 6th. Kristen Holta remains in 2nd place. Laura Horvath does pass Christy O'Connell, leads her by 12 points for that 3rd spot on the podium, but a long way to go, as we just heard Haley Adams say.
Just crested the halfway mark. 8 events down with a total of 15 events.
See it a little bit here at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison, Wisconsin.